Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And that means, see, I had some audio problems. The audio wasn't matching up on the videos. So I was trying to figure that out, solve that problem. Today, I don't even have a topic. I'm going to phone it in. Just going to be on for an hour and do whatever I feel like doing. Let me get set up. My wife wants to talk. And I got to get my speaker system set up for that, so she can call in and tell me stuff. Hold on, y'all. If I were king of the jungle, not duke, not earl, but king. Let me make sure my Blu-ray AirPlay every day. Fair play. I don't even know if you guys can see me, because that's how behind I am. Got distracted, y'all. Yeah, I'm live. And I got 2 people in there. That's nice. That's a good audience. Who's in the channel? What? Because I got ADHD. This is ADHD Philosopher. You want me to just be on time and stuff? That'd be out of character. Out of character, y'all. Then I'd be like, ADHD faking it. Faking it. Always gotta complain, y'all. What's going on? Alright. Let me get this messenger set up. Talk to my baby girl. My baby woman. The Dow hit what? 20,000. 20,000. That's financial news. What do I know about financial news, Tim? Is that good? Uh-oh. We'll mess up here in a second. Here we go. How you doing, Tim Ochio? Luke is online. 4 people in the channel at the same time. What? Luke just finished your dinner. You going to be here for the whole hour? Man, I didn't even plan a topic or nothing. What am I trying to do? Oh my gosh. Alright. Excellent. Got that set up. Alright. Let's see what the woman wants to talk about. Hello? Hello? You say what?
If you say hello one more time.
Oh.
I said hello, you say hello, then we move forward, son.
Oh, well, my equipment wasn't set up the way I wanted it to be set up. You know,
That's why at 1 o'clock you need to start setting your shit up.
Look.
People depend on you to be ready at 1:30, honey.
Oh my
People
goodness.
want to call in and start talking to you at 1:30.
1:30? Man.
Yes, that's when your show starts. Not 1:30, we watch you set up till 1:45, 1:50, then you decide to start talking about something.
Settle down now. This is ADHD Philosopher. Live.
I'm real upset.
Oh, yeah? Show everybody how patient
Wait
you are.
to talk to you about something, but I'm driving to a meeting. And I may not even get to be able to say what I want to say before I get there.
Seriously? You wasting all your time complaining? Yeah, go ahead. We listening.
I can't hear you. Speak up.
Caller, we listening. Go ahead with your complaint.
Okay. So before I called, I pulled up Facebook because I was on my break at work, and there's some Fox News live thing. I don't even know if CNN's welcome back at the press conference, but Fox News was showing the press guy talking, and he's talking something about Chicago, that something's happened in Chicago, and Trump's possibly going to be sending some military people in. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, really?
So I was looking at the comments, I was looking at the comments that people were posting, and people were like, yeah, the country's on track. This is great. Everything's looking great. This is awesome. No more playing golf all the time. People are working. Thanks, thanks, President Trump, all night. And I'm sitting there, and I'm seeing all these comments.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but my idea is, what the F are you sending the military into Chicago for? You got all these other cultures and groups of people scared to death. Why are you sending the military into our city? What's going on? To me, that's just real extreme. There's not even anything going on in the news right now of what's going on in Chicago that possibly the military needs to be sent in for, besides some crime, okay? Besides some crime. So I'm like, what the hell? Other people are thinking that this is awesome, this is great, and then it finally hits me. Oh my gosh, we really do have different perspectives on the world, on what's going on the president. I mean, this alternative facts thing, that's some real shit.
Yeah, it is.
People really do see this as different than what I'm seeing. In my head, I'm like, here comes Nazi Germany. Here it comes. Everybody else is like, oh, we're making America great. That's what I wanted to say.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on in Chicago. You got me curious.
Well, you should be curious because they're holding a press conference talking about, and he didn't say we're going to send the military. He said, well, we're just saying if they need anything, we're here to help. We're just saying if they need anything, we're here. Okay. Well, then I turned to my friend who does not keep up with the news whatsoever. And I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, yeah, they're talking about sending the military to Chicago. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. And all the black people are scared that they're coming to get them. Now, my friend is African-American. And I'm assuming that she maybe has some friends or family up in Chicago. I'm looking at her thinking, how do you know this? You don't even read the paper. You don't look at the news. How do you know this? So I'm assuming that this has come down to her from people that.
Hey, what?
And I'm like, wow. And do what?
The last part kind of cut out. I guess because something to do with the what do you call it? The Wi-Fi or something.
Oh, well, I'm on the road. Oh, anyway, just the fact that I was surprised that she knew about what was going on in Chicago, and I'm assuming that it was either family or friend that contacted her and that she's been speaking with, that she was like, yeah, he's talking about sending the military to Chicago. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm just trying to figure out what was going on, trying to listen to the FaceTime thing or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know, but my point was, just the whole philosophy, like you said, of, you've talked about different experiences and how can we truly understand someone's position if we haven't experienced those things. And yet, because of our experiences, we really do view this president and probably other presidents, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Just really
like Obama.
Differently.
Thanks, Obama.
Based on our own experiences, our own expectations of what we think is a great America. So that's my input. Because I'm such a great wife to you.
You are a great wife. Look at this awesome setup I got going on. And
I know, it does look good, baby.
You're
it
so
really
supportive.
Does.
You're so supportive with my endeavors, my playing around, my philosophy.
Well, it's because you're so good and you're so lovable, and
thank you. Luke's in the channel. He's watching this whole hour. He's over in Britain right now. He wants to know if that's fake news. Was it fake news? You said your friend was talking about it. I saw something when I Googled through it. Trump said something about cracking down on sanctuary cities like Chicago. This was 2 hours ago. But that's about the only thing I see so far.
Oh, crap. I missed the turn. Well, then maybe that's what it is. Like I said, I really don't know what the press conference was about. Maybe you could look that up because they were talking about whatever was going on.
Right.
And one person was like, the mayor of Chicago should be persecuted, and I'm like, what is this? I mean, there again, just
Is
people
it
having different perspectives on
is it
what
persecuted
needs
or
to be going
prosecuted?
on. But my whole concern was, why are we sending the military into our cities? Why is that even considered an option? Why would that even be something we would do? I mean, it just brings up this fear of, why? What's happening? Because our little BB guns that we have at home, they can't take down the military. We all know that.
Right.
We all honestly know that if it came between us and the military, we stand no chance of overthrowing our government, literally, if we don't have the military on our side.
Right.
And it's irresponsible to think that we could.
Well, I mean,
so
that would lead to
that's what
a lot of
concerns me. Is
unnecessary.
like, what's going on that Trump thinks he needs to step up? This isn't his business. He's Republican. He's supposed to be small government.
Small government.
I got to get my inhaler on.
Well, he definitely wants to be small government when it comes to regulating the market.
Funds.
Something, yeah.
I mean, he cuts grants to everything and tells the EPA, now don't make anything public. You can't talk about climate change.
Yeah, that's not good. That
no, it's horrible.
I mean, that frees up the EPA and the to really get into some research without any restrictions. But then, who's going to be a watchdog group and keep an eye on what they're doing anyway?
Exactly. These are taxpayer dollars.
Right.
We've all invested in these companies simply for paying taxes. We're investing.
Right,
and
right.
I don't know. I think the man's shady, always and forever. And I don't know why you don't want to talk about the pipeline.
I'm not
but that's your business.
I'm real literal and fact based and logic based, and that Dakota pipeline's running through federal lands that aren't actually part of the reservation. So we start getting into jurisdiction. It's a
okay. But what about the water system that it will be crossing over? Is that not that feeds into those Native American lands?
Yeah, but they don't have any property claims over the river. The river is it's like an interstate highways and byways. That's federal property as well. I'm just saying legally.
So what was the
legally they don't have any foot to stand on. But yeah, I mean, environmentally, I totally disagree that we need to be doing oil pipelines across drinking water and reservoirs and stuff. There's too many leaks. I mean, it's just bound to leak sooner or later. But legally and property wise, in our system, there's no recourse. There's no way they have any.
But don't you
say in the
don't
matter.
you think it's wrong to say? He says, "Well, we're going to use American steel and we're going to put Americans to work." I mean, is it? And it's just wrong to me to just fatten your pockets on the expense of people's health. And I know that's what we do. That's what we have always done.
Yeah, it's precedent.
I don't understand why
that's
people
an old tradition.
And have a problem with that.
Because not everybody's progressive. A lot of people set a lot of stock into traditions and precedents. And,
I think it has to do with Maslow's hierarchy.
Yeah, meeting needs and stuff like that.
I think you have to be at a certain level to actually think above and beyond just yourself.
Oh yeah, I mean, Oscar Wilde said as much as that. That's the whole soul of man on socialism, is you have to have luxury and leisure time just to be able to develop, your creative side and your human side and your artistic and, the whole compassion and ethics and moral conscience, all, according to Oscar Wilde, requires you to have that leisure time, which means you're not trying to make a living, you're not working, laboring all the time, you're not struggling to make ends meet. You got to have some downtime just to sit and think about things. Otherwise, you never get to that stage. That's a good. The Maslow's hierarchy goes right in line with some of the things that Oscar Wilde said, and it's a shame that when he wrote that Soul of Man and Socialism. Socialism wasn't a bad word, so he made that title, and now just because it has the word socialism in the title, most people try to play it off like the title's the Soul of Man. They leave out that on socialism part of the title, as if he didn't write it that way. Try to sneak it in there and get people to read it. But I don't know. I don't know if a lot of conservatives are real big on reading Oscar Wilde, since he was, homosexual male, very flamboyant and openly so during the Victorian era, when that was against the law and considered a mental illness.
And so they're that insecure in their own sexuality that what they think that.
I told you, the whole word conservative when it comes to conservatism in politics means conserving traditional values. They put a lot of stock on these traditions, the way they were raised to believe things. I'm progressive. I just throw tradition out the window. If it don't make sense to me, I don't have no use for it. But not a lot of people are like me in that attitude. And I gotta respect, things are important to people that I don't understand. And
that's true.
At least give some nod to their traditions as having some kind of value, I guess.
Okay. Well, I gotta go.
Okay.
I gotta go do my job. All right. I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
After this meeting, I'll be heading home.
Oh no.
Oh, make sure the house is clean.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. What's up, Luke? You still in the channel? You still looking at things? Mm-hmm. I like what you got to say, Luke. You make me feel important. Talking to somebody all the way across the pond. I don't know. I asked on Twitter what's going on. Nobody's got any answers about Chicago. It's not trending or anything. That's just weird. You know how gossip and rumors get started. Half the time, I got no idea what's going on. That's why I try to restrict my attention towards, what do you call them things? Academic philosophy and theories. So I moved the bookcase. Oh, yeah, you might have noticed. Yeah, it looks good around here. Started to decorate, get this little area. My wife officially gave me permission to turn this into my workspace, like a designated work area, so that if I do make any money, I can write it off on taxes and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? I got the Facebook fan page, same name as my profile, so I can move all the stuff I'm doing with the memes and the postmodernist theory. I'm moving that all to my fan page, so I don't have my personal profile just spamming all my friends and family with that information. So if anybody's interested in that, you go over there and you like that page, or let me know in the comments and I'll link it in there for you or something. I don't know. Right now, most of this I'm still doing for myself. I'm really not hyper invested in building an audience yet. I got YouTube going. I got these videos that I'm live streaming and then I'm cutting them into pieces, but it's not high priority. My priority is always philosophy, and I don't neglect the study that I'm doing with the postmodernism and political philosophy. But an hour a day, having fun on the internet, it's good times. So what's up, Luke? What do you want to talk about? I'm going to cater to you today. I don't even have a topic. I got started late, fell behind. What I was doing was I got this bookcase, 88 books, and I got them all documented in a database. I downloaded an app. Hey, welcome to Facebook Live, second person in the channel. I set up these bookcases over here. I got them secured so they won't fall over and kill the kids. Got 88 books in there, and I'm putting them into a database through the Apple iOS Max apps. I forget what is it called. Let me open up the app and see what, Bookpedia. Got them all listed. Now I'm going through and I'm putting all the details in there, how much I paid for it, how much it retails on Amazon, all that stuff. Get that information in there. So that's what I was really distracted by. That's why I got late set up. And then I break down the equipment and I store it here. And then I break it out and I set it up. And then today was the first day I did that, so I was off routine. One of the things about ADHD is you need to have a routine, a real set routine. And I haven't really got that routine down pat yet. But I am plugged in. I got to make sure that my equipment's plugged in. Because twice now I've run out of battery while live streaming. So my wife called earlier. She said something about Trump in Chicago, some kind of gossip going on. I checked on Twitter, and I checked on the Google with Chicago news, any breaking news going on there. There's not really anything other than the sanctuary cities starting to crack down on sanctuary cities like Chicago. That's talking about immigration. And then 1 killed, 6 wounded in Chicago shootings. And I know the other day Trump said something about 200 and something shootings in Chicago and something needs to be done about that. But I thought he was just talking, tweeting. The man tweets a lot. I've never seen that before. That's a whole new thing. I wish Twitter existed when George Bush was president. That would have been awesome. Don't you think? All right. So I'm live streaming on Facebook and I'm live streaming on YouTube if anyone wants to pop over and look at that. I'm using a whole different camera angle and a whole different codec encoder so that I'm on top of some stuff. I got my screen split. I'm starting to get a little more sophisticated. What's going on? Let me see if I can get this link on this live feed. What current keyframes? Oh, somebody. Oh, am I watching? I don't know. What the hell's going on? So this is the first time I'm messing with the YouTube and the Facebook at the same time. So ADHD, you get a little ambitious, you get impulsive, you start just taking on a lot of different projects. Here's my son coming in here. Oh, the blue light's not on. See, boom, blue light's on. I'm recording. What you doing, boy? Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Over there's a camera there. Camera there. There's 2 cameras. We got 2 going at the same time. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's kind of impressive.
Yeah, I don't know. Impressive? I'm not trying to impress you. All right, go on before this dog starts barking. She looks like she's nervous. Come here. All right, then. So, is Luke still in here? Who's in the channel? I'm gonna check the Facebook channel here. Who's with me today? See what's going on here. Got 2 people in the channel. I don't know how you check these things, man. Let's see what's up. Turn that off now. Oh, Tiffany dropped in. She said, hi, Jacob. Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany Cochran. That's my wife's cousin. That's my cousin by default. Cousin-in-law. Is that what we call each other? I'm reading the comments in the Facebook Live here. Just trying to catch up, see what's going on. Oh, Luke. You got a lot of comments that I missed. Awesome. All right. I've caught up, I think. All right, so what's going on? Got all these philosophy books I'm trying to index. On my Facebook fan page, I've got a shop. And I'm just pricing all these books and I'm putting them in that shop. I'm not really trying to get rid of books. I'm not really trying to sell things, so they're way overpriced. But that's just in case somebody is a big fan that just wants me to have some free money. Give them a book to buy so they don't feel like they're just giving me money for a donation. So, some overpriced used books. You want those? I got them for you. That way I can go replace them. Go on now. hitting this dog. Come here. Come here. All right. My son was over here hitting the dog with a pillow, and she was looking like she was getting ready to get crazy about it. Got a little garbage can down here, man. This is a nice setup. All right. Thank my wife. Look, I got a Game Boy over here. Look at that. I can break out a Game Boy. That's my son's Game Boy, but you know I'm storing it next to myself. You want your Game Boy? You heard me say it?
Yeah.
Shoot, he come and took it away from me, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh! Look, you can't be throwing those things around. They're expensive. Go on now.
It's random.
All right. All right, that's cool. Whatever you're trying to say right now. You got a little TV over here. Clickety click. All right. So we talked about sanctuary cities, which is about immigration. That's political stuff. Illegal immigration. I don't even know why people are all up in arms about it. It seems like in contemporary politics, people, the masses, the uneducated voters. That's most of y'all. Don't think you're not, don't think you're not the uneducated voters. They're talking about you when they say that on the news. Even if you think you know, if you ain't studying political theory and political philosophy and history, you ain't an educated voter. Do you know about the institutions, the organizations, multi-levels, and shoot, I was an uneducated voter, and I knew a lot of stuff about civics. I'm starting to become an educated voter. But, and it's like people are they're about 10 years behind on current events when they start to talking about politics. Everybody's talking about Trump and immigration and putting up a wall. But what you got is automation is, immigration is about taking jobs away from people, right? That's why everybody's like, oh, the illegal immigrants come taking tax money and taking jobs. Well, first of all, they're coming in migrant workers. They're not really taking jobs. The jobs that they're doing are jobs that nobody wants to do because they're really low-wage jobs. And then automation is what's actually killing jobs in the blue-collar industry. And so people aren't really catching up with the technology. So that puts you about 5 to 10 years behind what's going on. So if you complain about illegal immigration and putting up a wall, shoot, you behind the times because that ain't got nothing to do with jobs. Talking about crime, yeah, we got the cartels and they coming across with tunnels, but that's black market stuff. That's all about regulation. And prohibition. And, we should have learned that lesson about the prohibition of alcohol. You make that stuff against the law, you got an enforcement agency, the Untouchables, Elliot Ness, Richard Nixon, and J. Edgar Hoover built up this anti-drug empire that was prohibition, but then all of a sudden they legalized alcohol because that was a big mistake. And all of a sudden they're like, shoot, we got all this infrastructure set up for prohibition. What are we supposed to do with this? And then, Reagan pops up, his wife, and keep people off drugs. Nixon did that thing too, shoot. You got to study some history if you even want to know what's happening. I'm not going to get into it because some of it sounds like conspiracy theories if you're not familiar with the history. And I ain't into conspiracy theories. That's some kooky stuff right there. But all the same, all that drug stuff going on, all that criminal activity in Juarez and Tijuana and across the border, that ain't as bad as you think it is. That's Narcos on Netflix and Sicario and some of them, the Way of the Gun movies, got people all Hollywood scared of the drug cultures. That's not how the drug culture is. Take it from me. They ain't that bad. Unless you're trying to run drugs, then you're gonna get your head cut off. Don't do that. You don't want to get caught up in some drug culture nonsense. Don't try to sell drugs. It's like, and buying drugs is a bad idea anyway. Black market stuff. I mean, there's Silk Road and the dark web, but I ain't running tutorials. I ain't gonna tell you how to live that lifestyle, y'all. You're gonna have to learn on your own. That's not my business. It's a drug that I use, caffeine. So what we gonna talk about, man? Socialism. The ethics of a socialist system where a minority do not want part of it, or is that a bit deep? So, all right, let's talk about socialism, y'all. Socialism. It's a buzzword. It don't even exist anymore, man. It's a Blackwell's Guide to the Contemporary Political Philosophy. I'm going to do you a favor, Luke. I'm going to get that set up for you. Let me check something real quick. Y'all don't get me in trouble now, all right? I'm going to put myself at a little bit of risk here. But let me check some stuff going on. Black whale. Companions. Man. My Google Drive view is all weird looking right here. I don't like it. What happened? Oh, excuse me. This is the iOS for Mac, iPod, iPad, and iPhone. They're all different. So how they display things, it throws me off when I keep switching between these platforms, trying to find stuff. So bear with me while I'm looking for my Blackwell's Companion to Contemporary Political Philosophy. Boopity boopity boop boop boop. Companion 2. Is it shoot. Do they have a search? Search. Oh yeah, they do. Political. There it is. Get back off of there. Oh, damn it. All right. I'm set up, y'all. All right, so we're going to talk about, like Luke said, socialism would be a good, interesting topic. Right off the bat, let's go right here. Everybody paying attention to this video right now, look in the comment section. I just linked to a PDF in my Google Drive. Open that up. If you've got the link, you can get into it. This is Blackwell's Companion to Contemporary Political Philosophy. All you got to do is take your butt on down there to the section 5, to the economics, international political economy. Those two sections right there will let you know socialism isn't even a economic theory anymore. They have what's called the economic theories of the state, and then there's protectionist state, something welfare state. They start talking in a whole different language and a whole different terminology. They don't even use the words socialism, capitalism, command economy, mixed economy. They're getting away from all that crap when it comes to economics and political theory and political philosophy. So that's what I was saying. Everybody's falling behind the times. Academically, they got these notions and ideas that they've been working with for about 5 or 6 years, and they're really putting the theory into the institutions and the system, but they're not telling anybody that's outside the loop of academics. And so you gotta stay on top of this information. Otherwise, you're still talking about socialism, the Frankfurter School, critical theory and critical analysis. You're out there using normative language and arguing with people about capitalism and communism, and people talk about tankies and helicopter rides and social media. It's all a big game, man. It's all language games, like Wittgenstein said. It's a shame. It's a shame how many people don't know what's going on politically. Well, we could talk about socialism all day. I'm a big fan of some of the progressive ideas in socialism, and I really enjoy a lot of what Marx did, Karl Marx, with the Communist Manifesto, and the whole social theory he had about conflict between social classes being the driving force. It's his alternative almost to Nietzsche's will to power. I don't think it's really played out sociologically as a social theory. I think Marx just really ran out of gas and just lost its momentum when it came to being a compelling critical theory, especially when the Frankfurter School got a hold of his crap. Man, the Frankfurter School and critical analysis is some of the most just haphazard, bougie, nasty ass rhetoric you can get into. It's worse than postmodernism. It's pre-postmodern weirdness, sophistry. So once the Frankfurter School got a hold of Marx and all these sectarian branches of socialist political groups and special interests got involved, it just all fell apart. Communist. Nobody even knows what communism is anymore. It's a dead ideology that just won't die. It's like a Frankenstein running around. You need to really get into the more contemporary economic theories of the state. Rework your entire language. Get into some Habermas, some communitarian theory about discourse and social discourse in liberal democratic states. And then you can inject a lot of those progressive left ideas that are associated with socialism and welfare states and economics, and revitalize those ideals without that stigma that's attached to socialism. All that history tied up around communism with it's just we're carrying around the baggage of our ancestors that are only like 3 generations gone, and we still got the boomers out there. They got a long memory. They hadn't died off yet. The millennials are starting to embrace some of the democratic socialist notions, some of the progressive ideas on the left, and it's causing a big rift between the boomers and the millennials. And then you've got the Generation X is just splitting and choosing sides one way or the other. It's a mess, man. It's a mess. I don't know what to tell you about it. So right now, welcome to the channel, Facebook Live, ADHD Philosopher, talking about socialism. And socialism isn't really a thing anymore, in my opinion. It's more a historical notion. It's real big philosophy-wise, a lot of influence historically, but as far as contemporary political theory and political philosophy, socialism just is not a really relevant power doing any kind of anything. It's been neutralized, is basically what I'm trying to say. The normative language of socialist rhetoric and communist rhetoric has been completely neutralized by the states, the corporate entities, the globalists. And, globalism has been associated with Marxism, but it's still not socialism. So there you get real weird if you start getting into some of these political groups and start talking to people. You got your nationalists, which they're trying to reword that whole. They're trying to rebrand racism, the whole alt-right cultural nationalism, ethnic nationalism. They're trying to stay away from race and trying to turn it into what they call ethnic heritage. It's still racism, man. It's modern racism. You got to keep updating your language, updating your terms. It's all Wittgenstein. You got me on a roll, Luke. But it's a bunch of nonsense. That's what we got going on. That's what Trump has ushered in. I had a friend of mine, Keith. He linked me an article. I still haven't gotten into that article to the nitty-gritty of it. This article says that Trump has turned postmodernism against itself, which really is what it seems like has happened. That especially probably Bannon, is it Bannon or Brandon? He seems like a really intelligent man. I think he really strategically got in there, especially since he's now part of the West Wing strategy people. I think he really got in there with some real political theory, some real political philosophy, started using some of them postmodernist political techniques, and turned that whole alt-right movement into a thing, and just snuck up behind everybody and bit them on the ass. That's what it seems like happened to me. That's why this whole election cycle blew my mind. I was like, what the hell just happened, y'all? And that shifted my focus away from Kant. I was a big Age of Enlightenment and Immanuel Kant fan. That's where all my PhD ambitions and goals lie, is with Kant. But this new election cycle, political philosophy, has become my secondary focus with the postmodernism and the post-truth era, and Baudrillard and the simulacrum. All that stuff is really fascinating because it's playing out in social media and right before our eyes with transhumanist technology, climate change, all that stuff. So I got one foot in the Age of Enlightenment in the past with Immanuel Kant, and I got the other foot in contemporary political philosophy. And I'm probably going to have to make a choice sooner or later because I'm splitting my time as best I can between the two. But when it comes time for PhD work, when I have to actually start doing a dissertation, I want to have to pick something and go with it. So what we got going on? Have you looked at that link there, Luke? Because that book will really get you into some things right there. Anybody that's interested in politics, this book right here is a companion. I got the Google Drive link to the PDF for the Blackwell's Guide to Contemporary Political Philosophy. Let me look up that information on Amazon and get you the link to if you want to actually purchase the hard copy. Just so I don't feed everybody my personal PDF library books and get in trouble for copyright stuff. I'm going to take that link down off I'm going to edit it out and delete it out of the feed later on, so it's not going to be there. So take advantage of it while it's up, just for the on topic, fair use, whatever we got going on right now. And I'm not saying copy it. I'm just saying, look at it and whatever else you think you might have to do. Blackwell's Companion to Contemporary. I'm looking this up on my alternate screen over here. With the Facebook Live that I'm streaming right now, I'm using the iPhone 6s. I noticed that when I was trying to run it through my laptop and point it at my alternate display, the sound just wasn't matching up good. I was getting some lag on that. So I'm just going to, for the Facebook Live stream, I'm just going to just stream it like we're seeing it right now. And then on YouTube, I'm live streaming with an OBS encoder, and that's got a nested display of me on a secondary camera, and then it also shows the website like the other setup I was trying out. And so I'm going to have two different live streams going simultaneously, and then I'll be able to edit videos in that way. And it's just stuff I'm working with, trying to get set up. Anyway, let me look at this damn book. I'm wasting my time over here. This is what ADHD will do to you, get you a little weirded out here. All right, it looks like if I go over here, set up this link, bring it to the live feed over here. I'm talking about this book, Blackwell's Companion to Contemporary Philosophy. Here in the live feed, I've linked the Amazon page if you want to purchase this book. Looks like it ranges from $17.30 all the way up to $46.41. Buy it used, buy it new. Get a hard copy for yourself. Really, if you have any passion for politics, this book right here, I recommend it to get you started. Get your bearings, get you oriented to what all's going on in contemporary political everything. I mean, it's a companion, so it's a survey of all these academic fields in political philosophy and political theory, and then in there, all these it's like academic journal articles just all lined up into a big couple thousand page companion. And then each one of those have all these citations and reading suggestions, and that'll get you going. So whatever you find interesting in this companion will give you direction to go study further. You'll find out whether or not you want to be focused on international affairs or on institutions or on liberalism or conservatism or economics. You get a real good feel for where your passion lies politically by starting with this companion that I've linked in here. So give that a try. See if that helps anybody out. All right, that's enough of that boring stuff. What time is it? 2:20. Oh man. So we got about 10 more minutes left in the scheduled live stream. Then I might just let the camera run and do whatever I feel like doing. I'll probably break it up, cut the live stream for the 1 hour, and then launch it back up and just do whatever I want to do. Stay on and work on my library or whatever else. You still with me, Luke? Because most of this stuff I've been saying is for you personally. You, Luke, over in the UK. One of my one of my philosophy friends that I haven't met yet. We're going to have to get together sometime. If my wife ever is able to bring herself to crossing the pond in an airplane, we'll come visit you. Because there's other people I'd like to see in London. Some of the By May guys, Dave Stevens over there. He seems like a nice guy. Some of the Kung Fu people I know. And then there's another gentleman from Britain. I don't know, do you even know him? Because he was on here in one of the episodes. What's his name? Damn, I'm so bad with names, man. I'm going to have to check my friends list. Check my friends list. I know what his profile picture looks like. Let me see what I got going on. Let me see what's happening. Let me see what do la la la. You know, I cut out the intro music and the exit music because every time I uploaded shit over to YouTube, they kept hitting me with the copyrights and you know that Kimpachi and Bleach stuff. Man, I got a copyright strike against me because them Tokyo people. They're real possessive about their anime, man. They track your ass down and hit you in the face. I don't really respect intellectual property rights. I'm real plastic when it comes to that crap, and I don't like it. These are my books. This is my books. This is my music. This is my live stream. Shit, I gotta pay somebody to use stuff I already bought once. Man, that pisses me off, y'all. Pisses me off. I could go on forever about property, especially intellectual property. Imaginary property, it's bad enough that people think they can own material items, but when it comes to imaginary shit, stuff for the mind and consciousness, talk about property rights when it comes to intellectual stuff, I want to slap people, man. It's like that probably comes from Nietzsche. Nietzsche's whole idea about artistic, you know, Nietzsche's whole moral whatever, because he got away from morals, but he still had an ethical, aesthetic anchor. Nietzsche really wanted humanity, like the duty or the compelling reason for mankind to exist is to further mankind through creativity and aesthetics and art and beauty and literature and, you know, the humanities and architecture, all that shit, like music especially. Nietzsche loved the music. All that stuff is intellectual property now. People like sue your ass because you like what they have and you try to share it with other people, or you can't afford to pay money for it. So you know you got a phone and you record it, and then all of a sudden you're a pirate. Man, that's messed up. That is stifling our creativity. It's stifling our ability to share and expand our human creativity and slowing down our experience. All for what? Money? Money? Profit? Power? Something. What about that guy that I don't even remember his name. There's somebody who put a bunch of academic journals, like thousands of academic journals, right onto like one of them Pirate Bay organizations, you know, those torrent sites. And they busted his ass. I mean, they hardcore. The people who own the databases for those academic journals went after him and put him in jail and fined him like $500,000. He killed himself in jail over sharing academic journals with whoever wanted to get some for free. That is messed up. I don't like that at all. Do not like that. All right, what's going on? I'm trying to find out what this other guy's name is. I got distracted, y'all. Gotta sign out. Sign out. Switch account. All right, Luke. So, I'm going to ask you, what's going on? Oh, Joshua. Joshua Church Boylan. That's his name. Shout out. I'm going to give him a shout out in the channel. See if you guys know each other. You might even be like neighbors or something. So those are my two British philosophy friends right there. Both of y'all self-professed persons on the autism spectrum. You might be past friends if you get to know each other. We share that bond. The ADHD and the autism apparently shares a lot of traits in common, and we bonded. We intellectually different blood brothers, or conscious brother, mind brother. I don't know how to say that. I'm trying to make stuff up. Don't have language. I'm not good at that. I'm not Heidegger or Hegel. Just invent words. I wish I was better at it though. Hey, welcome to Facebook Live feed, ADHD Philosopher. It's 2:27. We got 3 minutes left in the 1 hour broadcast. I'm probably going to relaunch this Facebook Live after I close it out in the 1 hour mark and just hang out and do whatever I feel like doing. Clean the house like my wife said. But I also got a YouTube live streaming simultaneously, so you can get two different camera angles and two different perspectives on it's different. There's different stuff going on the Facebook live feed that's different than the YouTube one. And then I'm going to cut and edit those videos down to little 5 and 10 minute bites eventually. Burp. Oh my goodness. Where's Susan Brandstetter? She likes how I burp. All right. I don't even know what today's topic was. I got to edit that in. What was it? Add a title. ADHD Philosopher Live episode 10. We're going to talk open topic discussion. Since I'm labeling it at the end. Episode 10 today, open topic discussion. Didn't have anything in mind when we got started. Had a late start, some equipment issues, getting set up in a whole new workspace. All that mess. Cutting out the intro and exit music so I stop getting these copyright strikes. Trying to figure out ways to kill the audio on some of this stuff so I don't get jacked up on the copyright stuff. Trying to find loopholes and ways to get around people messing with my videos. And you know how frustrating it is philosophically and ethically and morally to have this passion about knowledge and want to share that freely with people throughout, through media, and you just got all kinds of people jumping in like, that's my book, that's my article. You can't just share that with everybody without paying for it. I'd be like, God damn it! I read it. It's in my brain now. I can talk about it. Why can't I hold it up and show people the passages and citations? Shit. That's pain in the ass, y'all. Something's got to give. The world's greatest philosopher. My wife got me this. My wife got me this shirt. My wife got me this sign. Y'all see that sign up there? It looks awesome as hell. The quiet please on the wall. This is my wife's MacBook Pro. This is my iPod. My iPad. My iPhone. This is a good setup, y'all. I got some privilege going on. I talk a lot about not caring about money and not caring about, and I don't. Philosophically and morally and ethically, I got no attachments to monetary and money and investments and banking and finance. All that crap to me is like some of the worst evil in existence. But I've never had a problem. I came from dirt poor situations out of poverty and raised up into the upper middle class and then back down to middle class, lower middle class. I've been all over the classes, except for rich. I ain't never been rich. I don't want to be rich. That's a pain in the ass as far as I can see. But it's a mess. It's 2:30. Let's go ahead and conclude Facebook Live and ADHD Philosopher live Facebook Live talk. 1 hour scheduled from 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out. I'm going to cut the feed and I'm going to start it back up. What's up, baby?
Do you know what vomit is? It's when you touch the back of your neck and you...
This YouTube channel's still going. I can go up to 4 hours, I think.
And you throw up a little bit, but when you actually throw up, it's just a big, right, Dang?
Mm-hmm.
But when you vomit, you just fake it that you threw up and you just touch the back of your neck and you just throw up a little bit, right? So vomit is not the same thing as throw up.
Oh, yeah. It's real similar.
Yeah, but vomit is when you touch the back of your neck and you throw up, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's real super similar, right? But throw up is not that similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's a lot of throw up. But vomit's just a little bit of throw up. So that guy was a little bit wrong. The vomit is a straight, like throw up, like but and well, that was a throw up, but the vomit he touches the back of his neck and he does it. Can you get up for 4 hours?
Say what?
Did you say you can get up for 4 hours?
Oh, the YouTube Live can stream for up to 4 hours on an archive, and it'll keep it DVR'd for me, so then I can go back and edit it and save it. I think anything more than 4 hours on the YouTube stream just goes a little too long. Can't do that. So that's what I was saying. Talking to my son Jacob. We Facebook Live, ADHD Philosopher Facebook Live hour is over. Now it's just me having fun. Live streaming some whatever. I was on a roll with talking, and I figured I could cut some videos out of that later on if I keep talking about stuff. So, let's get going. Oh, what happened? Wait, let me see if this is actually streaming. Oh, it is. Alright, look. I got a clean kitchen, y'all. Do some stuff. Hey, Brooke Hopkins. I don't even know who you are. But apparently you're on my friends list because it told me that you joined the channel. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known. We'll figure out what's going on. Alright. So, unless you real fascinated voyeurism or philosophy or housework, or if I'm cute, I don't know. You probably ain't gonna stay in the channel too long. My friends like to watch me talk about philosophy, but so far I hadn't found my audience that's in love with it. But I like to talk. I like the panopticon. I like the Michel Foucault. I like the idea that I have somebody to talk to, like y'all, my imaginary friend out there in Facebook Live land. I get to process things verbally. Excuse me. I get to get to, I don't know, I get to do stuff. I get to have fun. It's fun to talk to yourself out loud and pretend like you're doing it for an audience. If you don't think it's fun, you should give it a try. Because I guarantee you probably like it. Especially if you're an extrovert. What's going on in the Twitter feed? I still got this YouTube live shit going on. Let me promote it. I don't even know how you do. How do you do this? Full screen player. Unmute. Question mark. Bad video settings. This YouTube. It's the first day I've ever streamed live on YouTube. Let me see. I need to use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Let me check OBS, see what's going on over here. I'm pretending like I actually know what I'm doing. OBS is a video codec for live streams. Well, we got the durations, got the fades. Let me see what the start recording, studio mode settings. Let's go look at the settings. Video. My frames per second, my resolutions, downscale filtering. It's active, so I can't change anything. Now, what's it want me to change? Keyframe frequency. What the hell's a keyframe frequency, y'all? I'm gonna look that up on YouTube. No, not YouTube. Google. Keyframe frequency. Incorrect video keyframe frequency. Your recorder is sending keyframes too frequently or not frequently enough. Adjust so keyframes sent every 2 seconds at 30 frames per second. That's every 60 frames. Use keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. 4 seconds or less. So what I need to do is bring the frames per second down to 30. All right, I can do that. All right, I'm gonna stop streaming on the YouTube.